Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for the board of RAMSES for this invitation. I will present what will be our future robotic for supramicrosurgery. The objective is to create a supramicrosurgery to perform lymphatic venous anastomosis. For me, it's a little bit, scary to present this in front of Professor Koshima, who actually described this technique. So please be mercy. So we usually perform this surgery for lymphedema patients. They can be congenital, primary lymphedema, or after breast cancer or gynecological cancer treatment. This is a video. It's the same video as Professor Martin showed us this morning. So as you all already, some of you already saw this robot. So the surgeon will be placed next to the patient and will manage the joysticks in order to perform the anastomosis. So why we should do an artificial shunt? As Professor Koshima said, we want to change the supranatomy of the patients. When there is an obstruction in some way in the lymphatic system, we can connect the lymphatic collectors, or maybe in the future the lymphatic capillaries, to the vein, to the circulation. These are usually the size of the lymphatic collectors. We are using like 0.2 to 0.7 more or less. They are provided with a smooth muscle layer and bulbs, but these are only can be seen in the electronic microscopes, or maybe in the future robots. I don't know. So lymphatic venous shunts are also known in other entities. That I know that there are many colleagues from another specialties to treat ascites or chylothorax or so on. The pioneers on doing lymphatic venous shunt in lymphedema are O'Brien, Oboski in the 70s, 80s. But actually what we do now as plastic surgeons, I think everybody just followed the technique described by Professor Koshima in 1999, but they explained their first 8 years. So this is actually done from the early 90s. And it was also the first time that the supramicrosurgical term was used. I know that after a convention happens in Barcelona, it was now it's called supramicrosurgery because of some terminological things. Here we can see some pictures of from the group of Campisi. Here, so they put many lymphatic vessels to a vein. This is from the group of Professor Koshima, and end-to-end, special side-to-side anastomosis, and this is a parachute. So as you know, we enjoy quite a lot in this small field, but it's quite, it's just a matter of passion. So in the 50s, we start to have operating microscope, so allow us to see very small structures. Of course, with the Mitaka in the late 90s, we can get magnification till 42, so this is quite good. I think with the Pentero, with the new size, we also can get magnification till 40. But what about a robot, no? Because we can see smaller and smaller vessels, but can our human hands, apart from Professor Koshima, handle this kind of vessels, no? Because it's really, sometimes if you have a little bit of experience to be in such a big magnification, almost, you cannot avoid hand tremor. So I will explain very briefly the preoperative screening we do in our hospital. So we use this camera is ICG near infrared camera because we want to see the functional lymphatic collectors in our patients. That's why we use this camera. This is the point of the injection. This is an example of upper. I hope you can see it. Maybe we can put the light a little bit minder. Yes. Yeah, so you can, yeah, I don't know if you can see very well, but it's just that we usually map, we do the mapping with this near infrared camera to see until where, in which location the lymphatic vessels are stopped. And there we usually want to perform the shunt. This is another video of the lower lip. The group of Kojima also described the different patterns you can see with the infrared camera. I'm not going now deep into this, but yeah, with this camera is quite useful, and yes, also for diagnosis. So we call it musical. Why? Because yeah, in the Netherlands it's quite a new operation 2 years ago. And it was quite difficult, you know, to tell the patients, yeah, so maybe we can help you to get rid of the compressing stockings, but you have to undergo a general anesthesia surgery. So that was quite shocking for the patients. So that's why we follow also the group of Professor Kojima, and we try to do that under local anesthesia. So we invite the patients to bring their own music, you know, or the book or whatever, so they can just look with us and follow the operation. So here we mark the lymphatic vessels we found with a near infrared camera. At the beginning I used the methicillin blau, but now I'm not using anything. And this is the skin incision. Here we can see the 2 lymphatic vessels actually. And this is a small video. This was one of our first cases. As you can see, I have tremor. I mean, it's very high magnification. Inside the blue vessels, you can see a piece of ethylone 6O. Yeah, so this is a second anastomosis. This is the results. We do 2 lymphatic collectors to a vein and a branch. And this is what the patients see. That's why I think, yeah, actually we have a very good results with local anesthesia. The patients are quite quiet. And the operation, of course, cannot last more than 2 hours because could be too much, you know. These are, yeah, as you know, we have also a lot of passion for lymphatics. So this is an example of a normal end-to-end. This is This is an example of anterograde and retrograde anastomosis, and this is an end-to side. So, what will be the ideal robot for supramicrosurgery? So, what we expect, no? I think the first of all is, yeah, I would like to. I think that I would like that all microsurgeons can be able to perform super microsurgery through the robot, thanks to the robot. So I would like the robot to be delicate in managing lymphatic vessels, because lymphatic vessels are very thin, very small, and they cannot damage them. No? So the RoboGene 2. We can put our own instruments in the robot hands, you know. So then we can use these delicate instruments in handling the lymphatic vessels. I would like also to test if the robot has the same dexterity with the left and right hand, you know, because this is usually what human beings we have, apart from Kojima, but I mean, we all usually operate better with one hand with another, but why not with both, you know? And then no tremor, even if we are in a very high magnification or managing very small vessels. Yeah, I put here less than 0.2, but also, yeah, less. And then, because we want to perform this surgery, because it's better for the patients under local anesthesia, I would like to achieve less time, you know, because now we usually spend 1.5 to 2 hours to perform 2 to 3 anastomoses. So can the robot be faster than us? That will be the future. And I hope next year in Zambia we will be able to present the first results of this robot. That we are very excited. I would like to thank again the RAMSES organization and Professor Kojima Sensei, of being here. Although we already met him in Oktoberfest in Munich in October. Thank you very much.